I have the one and only Dominic Purcell in studio with us right now. You may know him from Prison Break, Lincoln Burrows. It was this huge show on for a few years. And, what are you doing way up here in Sudbury?
Well, I'm doing two movies. I'm doing a movie called The Frozen for Sony.
Wait. You're doing a movie in Sudbury called The Frozen.
Yes, it's very apt, isn't it? You see, I grew up in Australia, so coming to Sudbury, an enlightening experience in the dead of winter. I'd never experienced temperatures minus 25 of wind chill or 45, whatever it is that you guys like to talk about. But it was horrific. It was horrible.
So how is Sudbury for you, by the way? Because you've been here for 6 weeks. I'm assuming all you do is film, you go to the gym, you box.
I haven't really had a chance to check out the town at all. I've been working very, very hard with the movie and The Frozen. I'm also in training for another movie I'm doing here as well. It's called A Fighting Man. It's another movie for Sony. It's a boxing movie. So I've just been training. I get up in the morning and I usually train boxing with Gordy. Apolupalo. What is your name again? Apolloni. And I knew that. I like to tease him. It's called A Fighting Man. Gordy's my coach, an amazing coach. Obviously, he was once Canadian Olympic coach. Now he's the assistant Olympic coach. I mean, I've trained with a lot of guys now for boxers and what have you. And not only does Gordy know boxing inside out, but he's also a great teacher. The way he interacts with his students, he gives them encouragement when it's needed. He's not too heavy on them when they're not doing something wrong. And a sign of a great teacher is when you're not even aware you're being taught, and that's one of Gordy's great traits.
And where have you been training again?
Where have you been training, Gordy?
19 Regent Street, across the street from Queens Field, the former Navy League Hall.
Go get there. It's great for fitness, especially for women. I think it's great boxing for women because women love to smash guys, and they get to do that.
Did you have any idea what you were getting yourself into when you came here and knew you were going to be training with, everyone knows Gord Apolloni in Sudbury, right? Did you have any idea what you were getting yourself into?
No, I had no clue. It was actually a bit of an accident. I was one of the guys in the front. I got on set and I was like, okay, well, I need to find a boxing gym. And one of the guys on set said, well, there's a local boxing gym down in downtown Sudbury. So I walked in there and I met Greg. It was actually Greg, my training partner, the guy that I hit for free. He lets me smash him. When Gordy started to teach me, I was very impressed right away because he just knows everything about the sport, and I found with Gordy teaching me, my boxing has gone from 0 to 50 very, very quickly.
And you just started though, like 2 months ago.
Well, I've been a fight fan my whole life. I'm a great movie puncher.
But how about being a real puncher?
But being that's different,
right?
Being in the ring with someone who is actually firing back and trying to take your head off, it's a different story. I'm also very hard on myself as a person. And no matter what I do, I try to do everything 110%. I'm also very obsessive about the particulars of anything I do in my life, and that also applies with boxing. So. And
Gord, what makes Dominic so special and exceptional when you're training him?
He is a perfectionist, but he also exemplifies the traits of a high performance athlete. High performance athlete, they do exactly what they need to do to be the best that they can possibly be.
So what was it like for this big TV star to come to our little gym in Sudbury?
He is a person that you would meet on the street any time in any place. He's very modest, very well spoken, as a matter of fact. Very intelligent person. He's a person that's very likable.
Can you tell me a little bit more about The Fighting Man?
It is a boxing movie. I would say it's a tragic story. It's very dark. But it's also a redeeming story. A man finding some form of peace in his life, going through a horrific bout, which is what the movie's about. It's loosely based on a true story. This fight occurred in Cuba in '69, and a sports journalist who actually wrote for the Sports Illustrated was holidaying in Cuba and decided to take the fights in. What he witnessed that night was he went into a downtown old ballroom, watched the fights, and he saw this fight, and he went back to New York and wrote a little piece in Sports Illustrated, and the headline was "The Most Brutal Fight That No One Ever Saw." I think it's a very profound movie. It deals with a lot of universal issues that we can all relate to.
We are just so honored to have you here in Sudbury, being trained by a local guy. If there is anything people would be surprised to know know about you, Dominic, what would it be?
I grew up in a town similar to this back in Australia. We didn't have much money. My mom was looking after the 4 or 5 of us. I'm just an ordinary guy who happened to stumble upon a talent that I didn't know that I had, and it's put me in an extraordinary situation. And I don't see myself as any different to anyone else. Never have. I just have an extraordinary job that kind of people
envy.
Well, I suppose, yeah. But what I do is hard work. It's a lot of work. Acting or being in movies or being in TV, I don't think people realize that you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and you come home at 9, 10 o'clock at night every day. And then on top of that, I'm training. I'm doing basically pulling in double shifts. But I love what I do, and I'm passionate about what I do. And I love what that saying that Nike has, "I'll rest when I'm dead." It's something that I kind of believe in. If you want to achieve greatness in any part of your life, you just have to be willing to sacrifice. Nothing comes easy. Nothing to you. If you want something bad enough in your life, you'll just go and get it. If you don't want greatness, settle for mediocrity.
Let's do 10 questions with Dominic Purcell. Don't even think about it. Just answer.
Okay.
You ready for this? Okay, number 1, chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Are you a lover or a fighter?
Fighter.
Favorite food?
Fish and chips.
Favorite vacation spot?
Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
That's a great accent. Okay. Favorite band or musician?
Pink Floyd.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Who's hotter, Angelina Jolie or Jennifer Aniston?
Angelina.
Favorite role to date, TV or movie?
Lincoln Burrows. Prison Break.
And number 1 way to make a woman happy?
Just tell them you love them.